Penguin Random House Audio presents The Living Sea of Waking Dreams by Richard Flanagan. Read for you by Essie Davis.
For David and Diane Masters, Lighthouse Keepers. To the axe of the spoiler and self-interest fell a prey. And Crossbury Way and old Round Oak's narrow lane with its hollow trees like pulpits I shall never see again. Enclosure like a Bonaparte, let not a thing remain. It levelled every bush and tree and levelled every hill, and hung the moles for traitors, though the brook is running still. It runs a naked brook, cold and chill. John Clare. Remembrances. 1. Her hand. It's impossible to say how the vanishing began, or if it was already ended, thought Anna. Or, for that matter, how to begin. Whether it's about me or her or him, whether it's she or we or you, whether it's now or then or sometime soon. And not having even the right voice tense pronoun makes it so much harder, perhaps even impossible. Were words, as Francie pointed. Well, were they what? As if they too were already then falling apart, so much ash and soot soon to fall, so much smoke to suck down. As if all that can be said is we say you, or if that then, them, us, were we you? Maybe Francie is happier not being able to say anything, Tommy stutters. I mean, is translating experience into words an achievement at all? Or is it just the cause of all our unhappiness? Is it our tragedy and our ongoing conceit? The world gets carried away with words, phrases, and elaborate paragraphs. One word leads to another, and soon enough you have affairs, wars, genocide, and the Anthropocene. Silence, according to Tommy, when in his cups, is the only place where truth can be found. And what do we have instead? Noise. Babble everywhere. For a long time, he'd been aware of a growing scream that was within him and outside him, continued Anna's brother. He tried to contain that scream. It made him stutter, but it kept insisting. The world grew daily hotter and smokier and nightly noisier. More construction noise, more insects disappearing, more road noise, more fish stocks collapsing, more news noise, more frogs and snakes dying out, more Brexit, Trump, climate, coal, more and more fucking tourists everywhere, even here in Tasmania, even here at the end of the world. Well, they were queuing at the top of Everest. What could you expect? More jackhammers, more reversing trucks and falling and rising cherry pickers beeping, more tourist coaches clogging small streets, more rolling suitcases click-clack clacking in the street, more winner-fucking-bagos, more Airbnb-fucking-bees, more locals sleeping in tents all around the city until even his dreams filled with a nightmare of noise, movement, growth that seemed to benefit no one and only grew things that left people unsettled, unhappy, that made people poorer. An even greater panic expressed as movement, a fear of stillness. Tourism that was meant to save the island had become the very opposite. Tourists even shat in the front yards of locals. What the fuck was that saying? They're pulling poor fucking penguins out of their holes, holding them up for selfies to Instagram. Who were these people? They came in budget flights, they came in cruise liners, every year larger, louder and more childish Death Stars betopped with even bigger water slides, bungee jumps and video screens pushing out just beneath their haze of bunker fuel smoke forced happy, says Tommy. Far fucking penitentiaries, faking fun floating over Hobart looks like Noddy Town. Does everyone want to be 7? Yes, no, maybe. Just over the mountain behind the city, the fires are burning ever closer. Every day, news reports, social media feeds, pictures of evacuation centres crowded with hundreds of people. It was like a war. They were like refugees. It was a war, and they were losing. Who was winning? Who? On his phone, the government was calling for more coal mines, new coal-fired power stations. They jail you for 21 years if you protested, the same as murder now in Australia for calling bullshit on fire. They couldn't get enough fire and smoke, but he was scared. In truth, he was terrified. He had had enough. Tasmania was where you came to get away from all that shit, but now it was even here. Ancient forests vanishing, beaches covered in crap, wild birds vomiting supermarket shopping bags, a world disappearing, some terrible violence returning for a final reckoning. How? What? Why? Who? And as there was more and more of all these things, says Tommy, there seemed less and less of the world, maybe less and less of him. The ladybirds, gone. Soldier beetles, bluebottles, gone. Earwigs you never saw now, gone. Beautiful, brilliantly coloured Christmas beetles, whose gaudy metallic shells they collected as kids, gone. Flying ant swarms, gone. Frog call in spring, cicada drone in summer, gone. Gone. Giant emperor gum moths big as tiny birds. Powdery Persian rug wings, thrumming of a summer night, gone. And all around them, the quolls, potoroos, pardalotes, swift parrots, going, going, going. There was way less of everything, says Tommy. She should come with him crayfishing. Why would anyone? The great kelp forests, gone. Abalone, gone. Crayfish, gone. Gone! Gone! Something was wrong. He felt it as a pain, as a sickness growing within him. Growing, going, gone. A tightness of chest and flesh, a shallowness of breathing. Day after day, night after night. You hear it. You can't stop hearing, you know. Did she think the problem was love? No one knows how to love. Was love gone? Was it? His own heart felt smaller than a phone. Did she know what he means? Did she know? Did she? Anna told Tommy he did go on, but she felt it. She felt it eating her. She felt something going, but what was it? She felt her phone vibrate. What happened? What went wrong? Sorry, Tommy, Anna said. She just want, escape this, that. Just check, sorry, something, everything, anything. Tommy went to a Marist father's boarding school at Burnie. Burnie. Port, paper pulp mill, pigment plant, pedophiles. Came home with a stammer after his 12th birthday. Tommy drank. Ronnie went to Marist too. Maybe Ronnie would have drunk even more. They talked about Ronnie a lot. Certain stories, but not the story, never the story. They talked about his ways, his simple little sayings and tics, his beloved toys and Bup, his dog. But mostly they talked about Ronnie's future. Anna, Tommy, Ronnie, Terzo, each more or less 2 years apart in that order, and Ronnie, they told each other, the most gifted of them all. Great athlete, great mind. Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe he lived, Anna said. Maybe he became very fat, maybe he drank, maybe he died of a brain hemorrhage when he was 47. It wouldn't matter when he died, though, because he was the most gifted of the 4 children, and he would still be dead. 132 kilos of precisely nothing, precisely dead. 47 or 14, did it matter when? That's how Ronnie's brothers and sister talked about him, in a circle that went nowhere, but spiralled only inwards, inventing alternative futures for their brother. They called it Ronnying. A vortex. A vortex of Ronnying. Tommy said that he couldn't save him. Tommy always said that as though he could have saved him, but Tommy couldn't even save himself. It was for the best, Tommy would say. And he would start Ronnying again. Ronnying and Ronnying.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?